Hi there, welcome back to English with GMC. In today's episode, I'm going to be essentially talking about something really important. As you guys know me, I am an English teacher here in Sri Lanka. I have been teaching English for about 13 years now, and I've got a lot of native English speakers in our institution. They are also helping our students to learn English. They are also helping them engage in different types of speaking activities. Okay, so I'm completely a qualified teacher. I'm qualified enough to teach you English, and I'm qualified enough to give you instructions and some tips and tricks to learn English. So the purpose of this episode, the purpose of this whole podcast thing is because I just want you to stay motivated to learn English, because it's not our mother tongue. It is not our main language, but simply after you go through all the methods that I'm about to give you, you'll be able to speak good English conveniently. I mean, effortlessly, like AJ Hawk said. Yes, so I also went to one of those public schools in Sri Lanka. It was located in Colombo. Even though it was located in Colombo, I did not have a good English exposure. I was not exposed to the language of English. As a result of that, the older I got, I realized that I was missing something. It happened to me when I was going in one of those vans that I used to go in when I was going to school, by the way. Two kids from an international school started joining our journey. They were pretty new and they did not actually care about us. As soon as they got in the vehicle, the van, they started speaking to each other in English, which we did not understand completely. They were using a lot of tenses, they were using a lot of words, and they are considered to be posh people in the van, but we are just losers seated behind the van listening to them, even though we could not understand anything they said. That's the moment I realized. I mean, we were the same age, but still we did not have the ability to speak English. That was the moment that I realized that something is really wrong with this system. So that was the moment I promised myself, when I grew up, I'm going to be an English teacher somehow. I know it was a really difficult task even to think about back in the old days. That's the moment I made a promise to myself. I promised myself that I'm gonna be an English teacher somehow, and I'm gonna start teaching kids because they really need to learn this language. Because I just don't want them to feel the same feeling that I felt in the van that day. So that's why I studied hard. I learned this language somehow. I will share what I did to learn English in a different episode, but I did a lot of things. For your information, guys, I did a lot of things. And I finally graduated as an English teacher. And I got selected into different types of international schools where I worked for a couple of years. But when I was working in one of those major international schools in Sri Lanka, I realized that all the students that I taught back then were coming from rich families. They already spoke good English. I was teaching them English again. Okay, I was teaching them about vocabulary words. I was teaching them about grammar rules, and I was actually making them follow a textbook given by the school. But that was not what I needed. I needed to teach poor kids. I needed to teach kids who are almost like me. I had a terrible difficulty when it came to speaking English. I just won't poor kids. I just want the kids who come from normal families like mine learn English. That's why I built a small building right down here in Malawi and I started teaching kids. There was only one kid in the beginning, but later on a lot of students started coming in. It was a very small group. I could teach them really well. The number one priority I was giving was to speaking. But apart from everything, I specifically taught them how to speak. I made them speak at least one single word every single day. I made them speak at least one single word every single day. One single word became one single sentence, and one single sentence became a huge presentation. So that's how this all began. So from that moment forward, now I've got nearly 1,000 students learning English at my institution. I'm proud to say that these students are learning to speak English. At the same time, they are learning all the grammar and they learn how to write English as well. But the number one priority is for speaking. Okay? So that's all I'm going to talk about in the first episode, because these episodes are going to be very short, less than 10 minutes, because I mean you should be able to listen to them in your convenience. All these episodes don't have to be very long. They can be very short, so you can listen to them easily on the go. Okay? So right now I'm coming to you through YouTube, but later on I'm hoping to get my podcasts published on Apple Music. You can carry around your phone, plug in your earbuds and listen to me wherever you go, whenever you go. It's so convenient. It's going to be so convenient. All right, guys. So if you've made it to this far of the video, the podcast, I'm really happy. I feel so happy and grateful about your time. Thank you for everything, guys. Stay tuned. And if you want to listen to podcasts like this, I just want you to subscribe to my channel. It's a big help because I started this YouTube channel recently. I just need your help as well, and I'm willing to help you guys as well. So this is going to be the perfect podcast that you need if you are someone who is struggling to learn how to speak English. Okay, so in the next episode tomorrow, I'm hoping to share some of the secrets, some of the things that I used to do to learn this language when I was learning it back in the old days. So with that being said, I'm going to stop recording. I will see you later. Goodbye and take care. If you want to listen to more podcasts like this, I highly recommend that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. You can learn English. You must learn English. Learning English is your responsibility. Like I always say, English is not just a language. It is a life-changing tool.